Hi everyone, this is Shelvi. Today's interview question is, what is the purpose of a spike and is it mandatory to estimate a spike? When we plan spike, first of all we need to understand why we create spike. Spike is created for situations where we don't have the clarity of work, but we need to start somewhere. At the same time, we are expecting certain decisions out of that spike and accordingly plan the implementation in the upcoming sprints. So let's take, for example, there is a problem statement. Okay. Let me give a very simple example so that it is very easy for us to correlate. There is a search page. Okay. We don't know how to display the search results. There are different options we have. One option is to use lazy loading and display the search results, and another one is through pagination. Now there are two options, but we don't have the clarity for our application what is the best solution that will be according to the performance, that will be according to the functionality, which is the suitable solution we don't know. But somewhere we need to start some work, then only we will be able to identify which is the best optimal solution for us. For that, we use this spike. So this is one use case where there are multiple options for us and we need to pick up the right option. For that, we cannot directly get into a phase of implementation and then finalize, pagination is not working well. Now let's start from scratch again for lazy loading. That is not the right thing. What we are doing, we are trying to build a prototype and understand which is the best solution. And with that decision, further we will plan user stories in the upcoming sprints to work on our actual implementation. This is one use case. Second use case is we don't know whether the solution will work itself or not. We have no clarity. This is something like trial and error. We are going to try it out. It may or may not work. But we cannot directly commit as a story and then say, no, this is not at all feasible. We cannot do that. So what we are trying to do is, again, this is something like a prototyping we are going to do, which is going to tell us in a very, very clarified situation that this solution will work or not in our product. To take that decision, to check that feasibility, we will use spike. So second thing is to check the feasibility. Third one, we need to do a kind of case study. There are different options. It is not about prototyping. Like let's say, for example, we have two technologies and we don't know which one will be the best one to go with. Can we go with option A? Can we go with option B? It is completely a theoretical research we need to do. We need to do an exploration. We need to come up with the complete details. What are the pros and cons of these two options? There is no prototype involved. It is completely an analysis and research. So here, for this check, comparative studies, research and analysis, again we will create a spike. So the purpose of spike is the places where we don't have the complete clarity, but somewhere we need to start to resolve certain situations. What are those situations? We have multiple options. We want to create a prototype and understand which is the best optimal solution. Second one is we want to understand whether the solution is feasible or not. Third one is we need to do a research and analysis and come up with the pros and cons, which is a comparative study. These kind of situations we go with spike. So this is the purpose of spike and why we create spike. Second part of the question is it mandatory to estimate a spike? Definitely we cannot even estimate. Why? When we can estimate, we should have complete clarity. When estimation generally happens in the refinement meeting. What we do in the refinement meeting, we generally try to clarify, ask more questions, try to identify the dependencies, try to identify the risk. We get ourselves completely known to that particular functionality. We know what is the problem statement, we know what we are going to do, we know how we are going to do, all the things we discuss. And for doing that, what are the obstacles that we have, what are the things that we have as a dependencies, everything we discuss and come with the estimation. But in Spike, is that the situation? No. We ourselves don't know how the spike flow is going to happen. So generally, we cannot estimate spike, and we should not estimate spike, and we will not be definitely able to, because we don't have that much of clarity to estimate. When I can say I will be able to do so and so thing in these many days, I should know what is that work, I should know what are the difficulties, challenges, and what are the things that I'm comfortable with. Everything I should know, then only I can estimate. But here that is not the situation, so spikes cannot be estimated. So when I say we cannot estimate, can I pick up a spike and forever work on that for a month time? No. We generally, as a team, we need to plan. A spike means it should not go beyond a week time. It should not go beyond a sprint time. That we should fix it according to the nature of our product, because how complex our spike elements will come, we don't know. So accordingly, as a team, we need to plan 1 week time. We will plan for the sprint. We will plan for the spike. So wherever we are, we may be successful, we may not be successful, we are already blocked, we found the solution, whatever it may be, we need to keep a time check at the end of the week. Okay, this spike is done. So generally it is a good practice not to take a spike for a sprint level, because it is too many number of days. So it's not a good practice. Always stick to a plan as a team. Here team is very important. Okay, anytime when spike is coming, we will be closing the spike by a week time. So at the end of the week, we will check whether we are blocked, whether we found the solution, whether we still need time, what is the outcome, everything we will discuss. So basically, what is the outcome of the spike? Generally, we will write a document. Generally, we will show the prototype. Generally, we will come up with the feasibility document. All these things are outcome of the spike. So these things need to be captured, and according to the decision that came up from the spike, like, okay, we know now what to do. Accordingly, we will plan further user stories in the upcoming sprint to implement actually the solution. That's how the flow will take up. So this is one of the important question: purpose of spike, and whether spike needs to be estimated mandatorily or not. And for further details, please also check out our S1 season 1 episode related to spike, which covers all the details. We have given different examples also. It might be really interesting to go through. This is just an interview question to understand, which also I have explained with some example. I hope this episode would have been helpful for many of you. Thank you so much everyone for listening. Happy learning and stay tuned.